Hi guys, so today I'm doing a product comparison of a product that is apparently a dupe. So I'm doing a product comparison of the original Urban Decay Naked palette versus the MUA Undressed palette. So let's see what the differences are. Well, first of all, the price. I mean, the MUA palette only costs £4, whereas the Naked palette costs like between 31 and 35, depending where you buy it. So that's the first difference, obviously, the price. So if you can't afford to go out and buy the Naked palette, then you can at least afford to go and get this. Second is size. So this is obviously a lot smaller and a lot more compact than this one. I do like the Naked palette because of the feel of it. This one does look very sleek though. And then width-wise, this is a lot thinner than the Naked palette as well. But of course, the difference with the Naked palette is that it does also feature a mirror and a brush holder. I mean, this one's got a brush holder as well, but it only comes with one of these horrible applicators. The other plus side, let's see what you get. So with this, all you literally get is the sponge tip applicator, which not many people use nowadays. That is it. With your Naked palette, you get a pretty darn good shadow brush, an Urban Decay shadow brush. And then you get a mini primer potion. With some of the older Naked palettes, you would get a 24/7 eyeliner in black. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Zero or something. So now let's talk about the actual shadows. So first of all, let's look at product size. So this says it's got 12 1.3 gram shadows. This one has, doesn't actually say. This whole thing is 9.6 grams. So these shadows are bigger, because if you've got 12 1.3s, that's going to be more than 9.6 grams. So straight away you get more product with your Urban Decay. Let's look at the shape of them. Now my Urban Decay is obviously used, it's a little bit dirty. So you've got round versus straight. I don't think it really matters what shape the shadows are. Although I must say I do like these, because when you're using the brush you can just sort of go downwards and it's fine, whereas with these you do tend to sometimes spill over into the others, which can be a bit annoying. Obviously the pigmentation of the Urban Decay is richer than that of the MUA, although do not let this fool you, this does have very good pigmentation as well. Even better when you use a primer potion underneath. It doesn't have to be Urban Decay, any primer potion will do. I haven't worn this particular palette on my eyes yet, but I have worn other MUA shadows. They don't tend to crease, just like the Urban Decay ones don't tend to crease, so that is good. They're very easily blendable in both. I have done swatches of both, but of course I've chosen to do them in the most stupid parts of my arm ever. So what I'm going to have to do is switch you. So obviously your first few colours you can't actually see because, well, you can see them very lightly because they're highlight colours. On the left you have the MUA colour and on the right you have the Urban Decay. So the first sort of two that you can see is Virgin, pretty similar. The next ones are Sin, again pretty similar, and then Naked, pretty similar. So the next ones that we come to is Sidecar. Now Sidecar is on the right. We're in this, I can't really point, we're in where you can see that gold one. That is Sidecar. So the Sidecar and the MUA are not that similar, to be honest. Sidecar is a lot nicer. And the same goes for Buck. Buck is a lot darker, a lot richer than the MUA. And then the next one you've got is Half Baked. Half Baked has a tiny bit more of a gold sheen, whereas the MUA has a bit more of a copper feel. Then we move on to the other side. Now, the first one that we have is Smog. Smog is a little bit more brown, it's a little bit darker. And then the next one is Dark Horse. Again, Dark Horse is a little bit darker, but they are pretty close. Then you've got Toasted. Toasted is a little bit lighter than the MUA. The next one you have is Hustle. Now, Hustle is quite different to the MUA. The Hustle is a lot richer brown, whereas the MUA is a bit more of a chocolatey dark brown. Then the next ones that you have are Creep. Creep is obviously a lovely black, but they're not too far out if we're honest. And then the last one is Gunmetal. And I actually think that the MUA is a bit nicer than the Urban Decay. But when you sort of look back, they aren't actually that different. It's only when you get really close that you can see the differences. So MUA have not done too bad at all with their colour. So I have taken pictures, which I will insert as well, so that you can sort of look a bit better than what I've showed you. So all in all, I do still prefer the Naked palette, but MUA have definitely produced a pretty damn good dupe. It's not exactly the same. I'm not going to be like some people who are like, oh my god, the colours are exactly the same, because they're not. I'm sorry, they're not exactly the same. There are subtle differences in some, and in others there are quite vast differences. But if you've never seen the Naked palette before, then this is a pretty good match for you. And like I said, some of the colours aren't exactly the same, but it is a pretty close match. So they have done really well with regards to some of the colours, which is good. Especially colours like Virgin and Sin, which can be quite expensive from Urban Decay, but you can now get them in this palette for £4. I mean, £4 for 12 shadows, that's pretty good. So I am definitely going to keep using this one. I mean, I love my Urban Decay palette and I will use that, but I'm going to try and limit the use on this just because of the price of it. So this will be more of my everyday go-to one, and this is a lot cheaper to replace as well. So I hope that this has helped some people out there. Obviously, MUA you can get from Superdrug. The Naked palette you can get direct from Urban Decay. You can get it online. You can get it from Debenhams. I think you can get it from John Lewis. I'm not 100%, but there are places that you can get it anyway. But yeah, so I hope that this has been helpful to someone. It was only a really quick review. I haven't done really super in-depth, but yeah, I hope that it's helped somebody. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my comparison video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.